Next up, we got
Well,
Willy Chavarria.
Chavarria.
Chavarria. There we go.
Yes.
Accident.
Mixed bag. I feel like we wanted to cover it just because he has so much hype around his name. I feel like, didn't he work with Kanye at one point?
I believe so, because these are fancy Yeezy clothes, if I can say.
Yes, like, yeah, definitely. It's just like oversized, like streetwear, but I think previously said that this was just like expensive Dickies.
Yeah,
and I know that his whole like
Carhartt
style. Yeah, his whole style is like, this whole cholo situation, but nothing is original. The only thing I could think of that is like more original is the pant dress situation with the floral. I don't see anyone wearing that, especially not the people he has modeling it. And that's probably why they look so solemn.
I think that is the key issue with this whole show, is that he tried to cast people that maybe are more in line with himself and, his aesthetic. We looked it up last time. Mr. Chavarria is from Fresno, California. And, I know a California cholo when I see it, and that's what this show gave me. Especially the model that's wearing like the oversized Dickies. He looks like, I don't want to be stereotypical, but he might be fixing cars. He might be robbing them. We don't know.
No, totally, definitely.
In like the casting, I love the mix of age, color, I love it. But it does not fit the like aesthetic of the clothes, especially those floral looks, which I love. I think they're great, especially for menswear. Like I can see a Harry Styles type of person wearing that blue look with the flower. Timothy Chalamet now is dressing like that as well, so throw him in there. But some of these looks, I don't know. It did look well executed, I guess.
We'll give him that, sure.
Yes. Like they all look like they were very well done.
It's just confused because we have the situation where, we have the elevated Dickies. It's just like the all black numbers. We have the super flamboyant, like silky situations with the half dress. I did like that one all black look with the like bold chest that the model is wearing. With a floral pant dress situation on the bottom. But
love that.
Then we have the tuxedos. And then also I noted that some of the jackets look like they were poor, like ill-fitting around the sleeves. And it wasn't just like because of the model. I wonder if it's because, so like whenever you have like a sleeve underneath it, like in a jacket or a coat, how it like bunches up? Like,
yeah, like puckering.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
On several of the suit jackets, it looks like puckering. And I really don't I know that this was done intentionally for some type of elevation or, I don't know, personal style. But I don't like the giant lapel, too short sleeve look. That's not a good look on me. And then it makes the top look even more bunched up with those puckering sleeves because the sleeve is so short. Like, what's going on with that? Also, we talked about maybe this is like church cosplay, kind of like a play on church wear.
Yeah, and parts of it look like a costume, but, this is supposed to be like fashion still. And it's not like he's, couture enough to tell a story. Like nothing about this looks intricate. So it's weird that he would throw these like random costumes. Like people will not be wearing that.
Like the one where he is giving me a conquistador Spaniard missionary vibe with that half coat cape top and the Elizabeth Golden Age collar.
Yeah.
I don't like that. As a person of color, this makes me feel scared. It's looking like he has a mission that he wants us to do or something. We need to get out of there quick. He's coming.
He's going to bring the measles with him. We will be dying. Yes.
We're going to be impressed by his jewelry. He's going to pop out that gold cross chain. We never seen that before. We're like, oh my God, maybe this is real what he's saying. And the next thing you know, we're laying bricks for months.
Not again.
I think.
But yeah, you mentioned about the casting. There was that one model, and I get that he wanted to, incorporate people who really like embody his vision. But this one particular model, I didn't really care. I think the hair looks awful. The skin tone matches really closely with the bang mullet situation that he's going on with his hair. And how you mentioned that the coat just looks, because it's so oversized, it looks like a child is wearing it. He looks like a child.
As soon as you said hair, I knew which model you were talking about, and that's never good because this hair was crazy. The mullet is definitely giving me Miley Cyrus.
Oh, yeah.
And not in a good way. Like this, and then it is very close with his skin, so that makes him look washed out. And he looks more like emo rock band than person that should be wearing this suit. Still though,
I just don't know who's wearing his clothes. Like
me either. Even the mullet man is not my worst look. The worst look is this football player man.
Yes.
Do you know who I'm talking about? What's going on with that look as a fashion design student?
This is just awful. Previously, I mentioned that he looks like he just got home from work. That's why he has his button up with his like strong collar. He just threw on his favorite jersey. This one's all black. And his pants are so like oversized. It looks like a towel skirt situation. Yes, and the shoes and socks in all of the outfits, they're just wrong.
Yeah, that he looks like he's gonna go watch the game after he just collected offering at the church.
Whatever niche you're in, you know, that is going to be in fashion, because at this point, you know, everything goes. It's whether or not you have good style. If you can pull it off, and nothing here is pulled off well.
No, and I guess everybody, like you said, everything does go because there's like a market for everything. There's a client for everything. But at most, like no one will be able to buy a full look from this collection because it just won't work. So you'd have to get pieces, and no shade to the male gender, but they aren't really known for being able to pick out good pieces in a simple outfit. They kind of need stuff that's already together. So I don't know.
Yeah, for the most part, men are dumb. And the people who are buying, you know, these outlandish outfits, they're buying the Yeezys. They're buying it for brand recognition. They're not buying Willy Chavarria so they can look like they just got home from church and are watching their favorite football game.
Yes, or looking like an expensive gang member.
Yes.
Because some of these looks. The red look is very Suge Knight, Tupac, California Love Times. Like, they would have wore this to an award show or something.
I wonder what he's actually doing, or how, you know, behind the scenes, if he's like a creative director or something for like other people, or working, you know, behind the scenes elsewhere. Because how is he funding his own shows? Because who is purchasing his items? You know, it's not like he has the accessories, whereas, you know, Louis Vuitton and Chanel, they can lean on the accessories to fund the clothing. What is he selling, and how is he making money? How is he profitable?
That is probably the craziest part about fashion, and like being a fashion lover and spectator like we are, is looking at stuff and just knowing that like this is a lot of money being thrown out the window. Who's paying for this? Because it's like it's either selling or it's a vanity project. There's really no in between. And a lot of good houses have closed because like it just wasn't selling like it was supposed to. You know, it reminds me of Isaac Mizrahi from back in the day, and then Zach Posen too. Like beautiful shows, beautiful gowns.
Oh yeah, talent.
But talent out this world, but who was buying it?
And then here, I'm just not seeing that level of talent.
You know, hopefully he figures out a way to be more, I guess, street styly and just do upscale street style like of Essentials and Fear of God, because all they're making is like expensive sweatsuits and expensive Carhartt and Dickies. So why can't you do that?
Expensive Gap.
Expensive Gap. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There's a lane for it.
There is. Especially now that Yeezy's out.
Oh yeah. I'm like, are they out, or was he just being too disrespectful?
I don't know. And it's so weird because they just like pushed all of his images off on the Gap, you know, socials. But, you know, there was all that talk about like how they're no longer working together. So I wonder what's going on.
I'm sure he'll tell us, so we'll find out soon enough.
Oh, sure, he will. And our last
on the news
brand.
I'm not arguing with nobody broker than me about money.
That's smart. That's good.